Welcome back to All Things Jazzy. In this video, I am going to be showing you how I made these delicious maple bacon cinnamon rolls. So good. Alright, and so guys, if you are new here, go ahead and subscribe and make sure you like this video. That is important. Hopping into it, let's go ahead and add all of our dry ingredients to a bowl. I'm starting off with 2 3/4 cups of flour. Adding in 3 tablespoons of sugar, okay, adding in a whole pack of instant yeast. You guys, this one was about to expire. I don't recommend using one that is about to expire because it doesn't rise the way that it should. Just make sure you mix all the dry ingredients together and set it aside. And in a microwave safe bowl, I am adding a half a cup of water, 1/4 cup of milk, and that 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm using salted butter. So remember, if you're not using salted butter, do add a teaspoon of salt to your dry mix. Right, so after you melted that in the microwave, just cook it into the butter melt. You're going to add it to the dry mixture and just mix it up. And at this point, you can preheat your oven to 250 degrees and just turn it off right before you start kneading the dough. Because once the cinnamon rolls are all done and cut up and put into the pan, you're going to let your pan sit in the oven for like 15 to 20 minutes to allow the cinnamon rolls to rise before baking them. Okay, so you would just drop an egg in just like that. Just kind of drop it in and then mix that up. And then after that, you're going to go ahead and work with your hands. If you don't want your hands to get messy, I do recommend putting on some gloves. But I didn't have any gloves, and this wasn't an order for anyone else, so I am just going to go ahead and mix this up. And you're just going to kind of like knead this wet mixture until it starts to get dry. As you can see, it already started to get dry. I am going to just add a little bit more flour because it's not getting dry enough quick enough for me. Okay. And then once you're done kneading it, once it dries up, you're going to grease another bowl. So I did add some cookie spray to this bowl, and you're going to drop it in there and just let it sit for 5 minutes. And we're going to make the best use of all of our time. So while that's sitting for the 5 minutes, I did go ahead and prepare my mat with some flour, okay? And then you're just going to knead this. Just knead it until it is dry enough to roll out, okay? Test it in between. So it looks like it was about ready, you guys. So I did go ahead and see, was it ready? Adding some flour to my rolling pan. Nope, still too sticky. So what I'm going to do is, of course, add some more flour, and I am just going to knead it and kind of fold it together until it's ready to roll out. Okay, so this is just about ready. So I am just gonna put it in position, and I am going to roll it out. It's best to roll it out into like a big old rectangle. Of course, we never get a perfect rectangle, so just roll it out as much as you can. Okay, so spread melted butter all over the dough, get it all nice and wet, and then use the brown sugar and cinnamon mixture to spread all over the dough to get it prepared to be rolled. Put as much as you like. As you can see, I am adding a lot here. Because these are maple bacon cinnamon rolls, you can also add chopped bacon at this point as well before you go ahead and roll it up. So now you just have to push along the edges to just get the dough up and folded. Okay, so now that we have these edges folded over, it makes it so much easier to roll this. So you're going to roll it. I like to roll each side and then just move down the line just to keep it kind of even. Just make it easier for me. So you're gonna roll all of it up, And once you get it all rolled up, you will get a knife. Okay, and using a knife, we're going to slice these into pieces, and we're going to place them in a pre-greased pan. I like to spray my pan. You absolutely do not have to. And we're just going to place them into the pan to bake. Okay, so once all the rolls in the pan, you're going to place them in the oven, let them sit for 20 minutes, and then turn the oven on to allow them to bake. Okay, and so while those are baking, we are going to go ahead and add our powdered sugar into our mixer. And so I am using 1 cup of powdered sugar for starters, and I'm using a tablespoon of maple syrup. I'm extra, so I added another tablespoon. You don't have to, 1 tablespoon is enough. But this is like all natural maple syrup. And then I am using a 1/2 cup of brown sugar and some milk. You can use coffee creamer as well. You don't have to use milk, but I did use some almond milk. So I am going to go ahead and place the bowl back in my stand mixer and just allow this to mix up, scraping the sides in between. Okay, and I did decide to add just a little bit more powdered sugar because it was too liquidy. Okay, so I added some more powdered sugar, and again, scraping the sides, I put the stand mixer back on to allow that to mix it all together. Okay, so I pulled the cinnamon rolls out of the oven, and I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle the icing mixture on top. Just all over the rolls. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and add some chopped bacon that we had left over, and I'm going to add the bacon to the top of the cinnamon rolls. And again, you can totally add bacon before you roll, like on top of the brown sugar and butter mixture. And so I did, after I added this bacon, I added some more powdered sugar to my icing mixture to make it a little bit more thicker. And then I'm going to add that to the top of the bacon on top of the cinnamon rolls. Okay, you guys, so we are all done. I am going to go ahead and grab a plate as I finish putting the rest of this icing on here. And when I tell you this smells so good, it smells like pancakes and bacon, to be honest. And it actually tastes like pancakes and bacon too. But it is cinnamon roll version. They are so good. If you happen to try them, please let me know. Leave a comment.